Testing 1, 2, 3. Is this thing on? Hey guys, it's Eric with the Miller Park Man, where we're throwing strikes and getting likes, hitting dingers and getting listeners. If you are here, you know we are the champions of the NL Central. So let's talk about it. This is the first time I've gone live in I don't even know how long, but we had to talk some Brew Crew on my way home. I just drove through Milwaukee. Now we're on the way home. So the Brewers won without winning, which is always fun and interesting to me. I always love a good win the division when no one is playing. You know, when we're not playing. Richard! What up, buddy? We're the champions, man. We are the champions of the NL Central. Let's go. We're here. We're throwing strikes, getting likes, hitting dingers, getting listeners. I got a podcast coming out with my good friends, the Barrel Banter podcast. That is in the hopper. It might get chopped up tonight. But it is in the hopper. It has been recorded. I'm a little sad. I didn't quite beat you in the fantasy playoffs, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm still fighting it for third. I'll get third. You got to take out the butcher, though. You got to take the butcher down. I'm putting that on you, buddy. But let's talk more about this team. We have had a great season. In the podcast that has not aired yet, we talk about this is the earliest clinch in several years, and it's a good feeling. It's good to be clinching the division this early. I believe at this juncture nobody else is clinched. I know there's clinch games tonight. I think the article I read earlier today was there was 5 of them. I think they were all clinching playoff berths, though. I don't know that anybody was clinching the division. So I'm rather excited that we were the first to clinch. It just shows how good of a ball club this team really has been. And one of the big things I'm going to say, I apologize, my voice is a little weak here. But one of the big things I'm going to say is this team, despite all odds, was able to clinch the division. We had so many injuries, so many people got hurt this year, and we still managed to clinch the division. From Jackson Chourio not exactly showing up the way he was supposed to coming into the major leagues to now we're looking at possible Rookie of the Year conversation for Jackson Chourio. Now, it's up to debate whether he'll get all the votes he needs, whether he'll get the first place votes, but, I mean, he could have a hot 2 weeks and be right on top of that discussion. It has been one heck of a year for Brewers baseball. And I, for one, am super excited that we are here on September 18th, talking about your Central Division champions. Guys, smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to be talking baseball now throughout the postseason, probably on the daily. I've gotten tired. It's been a long year. I've gotten tired of the voices that are out there, the pundits, the flip-floppers, the talking heads. I said it first on January 1st that this team would be the World Series champions. I said it out today at this moment. And I would have, anytime you would have reached out to me all summer long, I would have said the same damn thing. Yeah, I do agree, Richard. He would deserve. He deserves it. He's come a long way. But we're in a game of numbers. We talk about numbers. Jackson Merrill is leading statistically a lot of the numbers, so it is what it is. But at the end of the day, we're the NL Central Division champions with a team that didn't have a superstar. I mean, yeah, you could look at Yelich. You could say Churrio's a superstar, but they're not established superstars. Yelich came back. He fought hard. Until back injury, he was great. And he could have been in the MVP conversation. It really could have been. If anybody wants to join in the conversation, let me know. I don't remember specifically how to do it, but I could try and add somebody here. We'll see. We're going to be talking about this most of the evening, probably into the game. It's a good feeling. I can't say that I'm not, a little sad that we couldn't win a game to win it. I always feel like winning it when like, if they would have won the game last night and won it, that'd have been super cool. Last year we got it on a loss day, and the other team did it. And unfortunately, that happens, but it also is a great feeling to have it wrapped up this early. Now we worry about getting the postseason team ready. I am personally, there's another podcaster that talks about the Brewers Day. Always talks about Brewers need to be the number one seed. They need that bye because they were out in 27 hours, blah, blah, blah. And I guess I don't feel that way. I don't feel that is necessarily what needs to happen at this juncture. I think the MLB playoffs, as we've seen, is all about getting hot at the right time, i.e. the Nationals, i.e. the Diamondbacks. We've played a lot of teams in the playoffs that have gone to the World Series in the years past. Not to get hung up on the past, because as a modernist Brewers fan, I don't like to get hung up on the past on these teams. But I think one of the biggest factors here is we need to go with what's working. The rhythm, the pattern that Pat Murphy has done for this team, these young guys, has worked. And let's just keep that train running. It is not time to take our foot off the gas. If we could get a number 1 or number 2 seed, great. But I don't think it's required at this point. I really don't believe. Just came across a notification on my phone. Shohei is 1 away from 50-50. It's been an incredible baseball season all the way around. We're breaking records. Can't go without saying the Willy Adames 3-run home run tear that he's been on. Definitely going to get a payday. We're not going to talk about that right now, though. We're not going to talk about the payday that Willie deserves. I think we just talk about the fact that we're NL Central champs. No one said we'd be here. Even that other guy on the podcast. At some point, maybe I'll use my fine editing skills to clip up time that other guy. I don't know if I'm still here. If you can still see me, I lost it for a second. Richard, if you're still in here, give me a sign of life. But yeah, like these Milwaukee media outlets are literally trashing on this team day in and day out. These guys have been in the business 4 years. Have been trashing on this team. It's our team, and I always stand behind it. I will. And I can be called a bonehead for some of the things I say and put out on these radio waves, these airwaves, and these podcasts, and I really don't care. I don't care. This team is my favorite. I bleed for this team, and I will be the most optimistic man on the air until the day I die, or until the day that I'm not on the air anymore. Oh God, I just want we went through Gasser. We got Tobias Myers, who is a guy that wasn't expected. You really got the unexpected from every player that kind of randomly showed up in Milwaukee this year. I don't think Colin Ray, you look at a signing like Colin Ray. Colin Ray was not supposed to be this massive superstar. He was just supposed to be a plug-in guy. And Colin Ray, for a good 4 months of this season, has really owned up to it. He's been the guy. When Freddie was bad, Tobias Myers was good. Colin Ray's been great. Now, Joe Ross was one that we, got hurt and wasn't expected, and then he came back and, now he's been lights out of the bullpen. Aaron Ashby, lights out of the bullpen. Trevor McGill being the closer. I don't know what it is about Milwaukee, but I will say this. We always have a way of, even when our closer's hurt, we find the best closer available. And we turn a guy into a closer. We've done it year after year. If you go back to 18, we had the three-headed monster. We had JJ. We had Knable. We had Hader. These teams have had some great closers. Dan Cole back in the day. We have been really, really fortunate to be where we are. And I think that comes down to the system that's in Milwaukee. I was just listening to some radio pundits talking about, and they were talking positive, of course. They were saying, they find these guys, and most of the system on the council left is still good. And I will go back on my words about Craig Counsell. I will say that, Craig Counsell may not have been the answer, but the system was the answer. The system that's in place in Milwaukee has been working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You got guys that were inside the organization to come back. Pat Murphy is used to working with young guys. And I don't know, I guess I have no organized here. This is a random live. Anybody, I Googled it up, man. I Googled it up. I was looking for somebody talking about the Crew. And if I have to be the only one talking about the Crew in the NL Central Division champions, we own the NL Central, guys. We're the division. And it's great. It's freaking great. I year after year after year, I've been a fan of this team and talked positive and always thought they could be better than they were. And this year they're the first to do it. And I might be just talking out of my butt right now, but I'm so glad. I'm so excited. I wanted to get on this broadcast and talk to my followers and say, hell yeah, we're the Central Division champions. That's huge. So, I don't know, is there anybody else in here that's got questions, anything they want to say about the Milwaukee Brewers and the Central Division championship? I'm just excited. I'm in a good mood now. I mean, not that I was having a good day. I'm always having a good day. But, it's a different place. I mean, I can say that, winning a championship, winning the division is always fun. It's always a good time. I've gotten to go to a few playoff games in my time, a few division round, I was there, a couple different playoff series throughout the last couple of years. It feels like we've been in the playoffs for years, so it's hard to mend one year to the other which playoff series it was at. I remember the Braves pretty well. 18. Which one was I at 18? I don't remember. Colorado, maybe? I met Yoli Chassin in the mall in 2018 after buying some playoff merch. That was kind of funny. I've told that story 100 times on the pod, but still good. I don't know. We might bring some guests on. I gotta see if we can coordinate some guests for later. Right now we're celebrating. We're also we're rooting on the Marlins. We're rooting on our crew tonight. The reason I say the Marlins is because the Marlins are playing the Dodgers, and the Dodgers do lose sometimes, guys. So it can happen. We've got to take care of Philly. We've got to take care of the D-backs. Philly is a team we can beat. And I mean, tonight we could win the series if we win the game. So let's roll it out with a toast, and then we got to take a couple from Arizona. Just keep this momentum going. I think we got Philly again next week. I don't have the schedule in front of me. I can't quote these things. Don't quote any of what I'm saying as actual fact, because I don't have the schedule in front of me, and I don't. If I'm not in front of the schedule, I have no idea. Go Crew. Brew leave. Brew leave is correct, man. It's Brewtober, baby. Brewtember. Hashtag Brewtember. I don't know. Life's too short to take fastballs down the middle. So, that's not an original saying, so don't give me any credit for that one. But it is. At the end of the day, life is too short. It's actually the t-shirt I'm wearing. Yeah, guys, we are going to be starting a game here in the next 30 minutes, so I might swing back on later this evening. Definitely a pod in the works, in the pipeline tonight. There'll be a Central Division clinch. See if I can get some guests. Working the day job right now, so I'm just... Are you seeing the movie Just a Bit Outside? I have yet to see that movie. I saw a couple podcasts recommend it. The guys over at Barrel Banter actually interviewed the guys who made the movie, made the film. Really kind of a cool thing. I probably will see it at some point. It's just not high on my priority list. I got a lot in the pipeline just with stuff going on, and now this happening. I wanted to get back on air. I actually wanted to get back on air like a month ago. I think I cut a video a month ago. I released a video, and then I did another one, and I just cut it because I didn't feel totally up to it, and it just didn't have my normal pizzazz, and my normal mojo. So I just didn't do it. I just didn't put it out. But yeah, I'll probably see that here maybe sometime in the next coming weeks, month. I don't know how long it's gonna be in theaters, but I'll get a chance at some point. I've got a bunch of those free tickets that I have yet to use. I actually, at this juncture, have not gone to a game due to life circumstances. I just haven't gotten the opportunity to make the trek down from Fond du Lac. Fond du Lac is not far from Milwaukee, but I have just not gotten that opportunity. I've been trying to, but just the cards haven't dealt to my favor. There's always something going on at a different juncture that prevents me from taking myself or my family down there, and maybe we'll get to one here in the next few weeks. I have tickets for the last one. I have tickets for tomorrow. I have tickets for today. But I don't really want to make another long drive yet today. I don't want to do the return trip, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I've been get more on the social and kind of dive to where the Brewers community is at on things. This is actually more positive than I've seen people in a while. And it's funny because it is truly one of the best seasons that we've had in a long time. So it's a very good thing. just through the lineup. I mean, we're going to talk about Lee for a second. I think that's where I want to go with this conversation at this point. Willie Adames is one of the tops in a lot of categories right now. If you look at the NL, I believe it's homers. I think he's one of the leaders in RBI, number 1 or number 2 right now. Across the board, dude is just on fire. And, it's a contract year, and a lot can be said about that. But I think we've really watched him transcend since we traded for him from Tampa. And really, he kind of has come to own it in Milwaukee. And I hope he can own it all the way to a World Series ring. And not to say that I'm not going to naysay, but if it doesn't happen, I hope he wants to come back and keep playing for this crew. I think he has fun with it, and I think he's already been to another organization, so I think that's going to be a telltale sign. I mean, he was already with Tampa before he was with us, so I don't know. A lot of question marks yet, but I'm not going to question the offseason until we get to enjoy the season. I mean, we've got some rotation pieces probably coming back next year. I forgot that Wade Miley pitched on this roster. I was doing some research for a podcast yesterday, and I forgot that Wade Miley pitched on this roster. It just kind of seems like he's a coach, which I'm not objecting to by any fashion of the word. I love it. I enjoy it. Yeah. I don't know. I wish they would, but I don't know, Richard. We can only hope. As far as living in the moment and just enjoying, I think living in the moment and just enjoying is just the avenue we have to take. We have to take every victory and every win and just soak it up at this point, because we weren't supposed to be here. According to everybody, according to the entire media, according to our own media, we weren't going to be here. And we're here. We're the NL Central champions, 2024, babe. Like, let's take it all the way. Let's take it to World Champions, World Series champs. I think this team's got enough momentum, and it shows in the fact that we've only got down for 2 or 3 games at a time this year. I think when you look at that, and that's like our longest losing streak is like what, 3 games, 4 games. That's a pretty solid thing. When you talk to somebody, you talk to anybody, baseball related, one of my favorite guys to have on the microphone and sit across the table from, or gives me the opportunity, is David Go of the Barrel Banter podcast, and his brother Peter. Peter's pretty cool too, but he really, those two really have good analytical baseball minds, and when you're able to get a guy like David on the microphone to make comments that are more in favor of the crew, when you can get anyone that's got that analytical brain and looks at the technicalities of the game to make positive comments about the crew, it's huge. It's life-changing. So Brewers just broke a record by winning the division in 151 games. Yep. Yeah. Big record. This team's breaking records across the board, guys. It is what it is. I mean, it's funny to say it, but we have a good ball club. Wish that I had been around on this channel for you guys for more. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. There'll be baseball content coming up and through the playoffs. Probably take a short break after the playoffs, after the World Series, and then we'll get right back at it come the new year. We're coming back, and this ain't no like my previous comebacks. This is going to be for the long haul, for the long and short of it. We're going to do it. This channel needs to be the #1 Brewers channel. I bring a lot of my friends along. I bring a lot of these guys together, and I love that camaraderie. And I'm going to keep it going. I'm not going to stop by any means. I have no desire to quit. So if anybody's seeing this feed, even if they're on the live or they're seeing the broadcast after the fact, there was no desire to quit in me at any point in time. I wasn't quitting. It was just a matter of I didn't have the ability to put enough time into the podcast that I felt it deserved. This might go out as a audio podcast tomorrow, as a part of all the content that we are, by we I mean I am creating tonight about this division champion, our Central Division champion, the Milwaukee Brewers. And I look forward to talking to you guys much more in the future. I think I'm going to wrap this one up for here. Get the game plugged in and going on the stream at my house. And then maybe I'll hop back on, or maybe I'll hop on Twitter or Facebook, one of the two. And we'll have some conversation. So, guys, thanks again. Richard, always good to see you, buddy. Talk to you. Remember, like and subscribe if you haven't already. More Brewers content coming every day. We're working on so much stuff, and it's just a matter of time before it's all finally in place. You gotta go one day at a time, one thing at a time. So, guys, as always, go Brew Crew, and we're the Central Division champs, baby. Have a great day. Go Brewers. I don't know how to end a live. Have a great day.